Hello. Today I want us to look at how we use I was doing, I was doing. That is the past continuous, and I did the past simple. Past continuous. And I did past simple. I did is the past simple. Alright, now we say, or we use the past continuous to say that an action was happening in the past, but it does not, or it is not happening now. For example, when I say, I was watching a movie yesterday, it means at that time, the action was continuous. Alright? But when I say, I watched a movie, it means that the action happened at that particular time and then it is stopped. Alright? So, now listen to these examples. Jack was reading a book. That's past continuous. His phone rang. That is past simple. He stopped reading. Past simple. He answered his phone. Past simple. So now, what happened? His phone rang. That is past simple. Alright? What was Jack doing when his phone rang? He was reading. That's past continuous. So, what did he do when his phone rang? He stopped reading and answered his phone. That's past simple. Alright? So, Jack began reading before his phone rang. And so, when his phone rang, he was reading. So, in other words, he started reading. Alright? He started reading. Then, when his phone rang, he was reading the action. It means that the action was continuous. He was reading. And then, now, when the phone rang, he stopped reading. Then he answered his phone. Alright. So now, I would like us to compare the past simple and the past continuous in this way. A past simple is used, for example, when I ask you, what did you do yesterday morning? You tell me, I played tennis. That is past simple. But if I ask you, what were you doing at 10:30 yesterday? Then you tell me, I was playing tennis. That is past continuous. So it means that in the past simple, we say that an action started and then it finished, and the action was complete. But in the past continuous, we talk about an action that was ongoing, so the action was unfinished. It was happening at that time. But now as we speak, the action is not happening, or it's not happening. Alright, now, I would like you to compare this. Jack read a book yesterday. That is from the beginning up to the end. But when I say Jack was reading a book when his phone rang, it means that the action was still happening, or the action was still continuous. Alright? Now, did you watch the game on TV last night? Or, no, okay, so that means, did the action start and did it end at a particular time? And were you watching TV when I phoned you? That is to ask, was the action ongoing? Alright? It didn't rain while we were on holiday. So, it wasn't, now that is past simple. It means that the action did not happen at that time. But when I say it wasn't raining when I got up, it means that the action was not continuous at that time. Okay? Now listen to these more examples here. I started work at 9:30 and finished at 4:30. At 2:30, I was working. So now it means that the action was unfinished, or it was not finished at 2:30. Now, it was raining when we went out. So it means it started raining before we went out. And I saw Lucy and Steve this morning. They were waiting at the bus stop. So it means that at the time I saw them, the action of waiting was ongoing. Alright? Kelly, another example. Kelly fell asleep while she was reading. So it means that when she fell asleep, she was reading. Now, so this is the understanding that I want us to draw from those examples. Now we say that the past continuous tense is used to indicate the starting of the action. For example, let me assume that I started reading. Started reading at 8 o'clock. Then I read all the way up to maybe 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I was still reading. All right? So, something happened here, and maybe I stopped reading. So I can say, maybe at 9 o'clock, I was reading. At 9:30, I was reading. Okay? So I stopped reading at 10 o'clock. Then I started something else, like maybe my phone rang and I stopped reading to pick the call. Pick my phone. Alright? So in between 8 o'clock up to 10, I can say, I was reading. I was reading. Alright? Yes, that is to say that the action was happening at that particular time. I was reading. Okay? But maybe at 10 o'clock, I stopped reading. I stopped reading at 10 o'clock. I stopped reading at 10 o'clock. So this is present or past continuous, I mean. And this is past simple. Okay, I stopped reading, which means that at that time I wasn't reading, or I was not reading at that time. Okay, if somebody asks me, Peter, what were you doing at 9 o'clock? I'll tell the person, I was reading. Alright, now if somebody asks me, Peter, what did you do at 10 or 5 minutes past 10 o'clock, or what were you doing? I say, I was making a call, or I was talking to a person on my phone. Yeah, so still there is another action that was continuous at this point. Alright, so in that regard, I hope you understand what we mean by I was doing and I did. Also compare the two. Now, I would also like us to look at I have done, the present perfect. I have done. I have done is the present perfect tense. It is used to say that an action happened some few minutes ago, or an action has happened some few minutes ago. Now, if I say, I have washed my clothes, which means that the action has just ended some few minutes ago, or I have finished washing my clothes some few minutes ago. And remember, with these pronouns, I, we, you, we, they, we use have. I have done, we have done, you have done, we have done, and they have done. But with these pronouns here, she has done, he has done, and it has done. Alright, it has done. Meaning that the action has happened some few minutes ago. The past tense, the negative is I haven't, we haven't, or we have not. You haven't, or you have not. We haven't, or we have not. They haven't, or they have not. She has sent, or she has not. He hasn't. Okay? Even in questions, you ask questions like this. Have you done this and this? Has she done this and this? Okay. Now, my shoes are dirty. Alright? I start cleaning them right now. Now, after few minutes, when I finish, I will say, I have cleaned my shoes and I relax. Alright? Yes. Now, a few minutes, I am at home. Now, after some time, I decide to go out. So if you call me 2 minutes later, I tell you, hey, I have gone out a few minutes ago. Okay? The verb that we use in the present perfect tense should be that in its past participle. So we use either have and has plus verbs in their past participle. Have gone, have done, have cooked, have bought, have all those. Okay? I have cleaned my house. We have finished our work. You haven't, or you have not started. They have lost their job. He has cleaned the house. She has finished his work, or our work. She has finished our work. It has rained, meaning that it has stopped raining some few minutes ago. Questions. Have I finished? Have you finished? Have they done? Has he lost his job? Has she been sick? Has it gone? Alright? So, in that regard then, I would like you to review the regular verbs and irregular verbs that we looked at, how they change into their past participle. Remember, there is a time I gave you the verbs, how they change in their simple past and the past participle. That is irregular verbs. So the regular verbs like clean becomes clean, finish, finished, start, started. Alright? But irregular verbs like buy becomes bought, have becomes had, break becomes broke, or the past tense is broken. See, the past simple is saw, the past participle is seen, I have seen them. Fall becomes fallen in the past participle. Go becomes gone. So we say, they have gone. Alright? So we use the present perfect for an action in the past with the result now. I have lost my passport. I can't find my passport now, so I have lost it some few minutes ago. Where is Rebecca? She has gone to bed. Alright? She has gone to bed, meaning that she has gone some few minutes ago. We have bought a new car. So we have bought a new car some few minutes ago now. It's Rachel's birthday tomorrow, and I haven't bought her a present. So it means I don't have a present at the moment for her now. Bob is away on holiday. Oh, where has he gone? Where is he now? So we want to know, where is he now? Where has he gone? Can I take this newspaper? Have you finished with it? So it means, do you need it now? Alright, so in that regard, I would like you to understand how we use the past continuous, the past simple, and the present perfect. So this is called the present perfect. Present perfect. So thank you very much, and I hope you're going to understand. Watch this video several times, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to understand how we use the past continuous, the past simple, and the present perfect tense. Goodbye.